आप
हरे कृष्णा। तो अभी हम हिंदी में रीड करेंगे कृष्णा बुक। तो कौन रीड कर रहा है?
आंटी पढ़ रहे हैं, मैं पढ़ूं? ओके
आप पढ़ो।
ओके, मैं पढ़ती हूँ, ठीक है आंटी। Where is this? Can you just tell me that?
Different ways. I think it's from here, right?
All these different
Or
ways.
is it that if we simply study? I think we did that. If we okay, we can do. If we still simply study our own bodies.
सभी गोपियों ने उद्धव के सांत्वना प्राप्त की। उद्धव जी ने Krishna creates maintenance. Where is this? We finished this chapter, right?
We did? No. No. If we simply study our, we didn't finish this chapter.
We finished? No.
Or
The gopis then I think we're not here.
Oh,
we are somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we are not here because my book is showing that it is श्रीनिवास आचार्य ने कहा षड गोस्वामी सदैव गोपियों के कार्यकलापों में चिंतन में मग्न रहते थे। We have done this and then we have to start from सभी गोपियों को उद्धव जी के उपदेशों से सांत्वना प्राप्त हुई।
Okay, so please start. Where is that?
Okay, I think that is after गोपियों को श्री कृष्ण का संदेश प्रदान करना। इट इज द सेम चैप्टर बट श्री उद्धव सभी गोपियों को उद्धव जी के उपदेशों से सांत्वना प्राप्त हुई और उन्होंने उद्धव जी से कुछ दिन और वृंदावन में निवास करने की विनती की। They requested उद्धव जी to stay for some longer. Continue this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I mean,
sorry about that. Yeah.
Right, all the gopis, yeah. So let's by instruction, yeah. सभी गोपियों को उद्धव जी के उपदेशों से सांत्वना प्राप्त हुई और उन्होंने उद्धव जी से कुछ दिन और वृंदावन में निवास करने की विनती की। उद्धव जी उनके प्रस्ताव से सहमत हो गए और न केवल कुछ दिन अपितु कुछ माह के लिए वहां रुक गए। उद्धव जी सदैव गोपियों को श्री कृष्ण के दिव्य संदेश तथा उनकी लीलाओं के चिंतन में मग्न रखते थे। गोपियों को ऐसा प्रतीत होता था मानो उनके प्रत्यक्ष श्री कृष्ण की संगति का लाभ मिल रहा हो। जब तक उद्धव जी वृंदावन में रहे, वहां के निवासियों ने उनकी संगति का आनंद उठाया। जब वे श्री कृष्ण के कार्यकलापों की चर्चा करते थे तो दिवस क्षणों के समान व्यतीत हो जाते थे। वृंदावन का प्राकृतिक वातावरण और यमुना नदी की उपस्थिति, विभिन्न प्रकार के फल पूर्ण वृक्षों के सुंदर निकुंज, गोवर्धन पर्वत, गुफाएं तथा खिलते हुए पुष्प आदि सभी उद्धव जी को कृष्ण लीला का गान करने को प्रेरित करते थे। वहां के निवासियों ने उद्धव जी की संगति का उसी भांति आनंद उठाया जिस भांति वह श्री कृष्ण की संगति का आनंद उठाते थे। चूंकि गोपियां श्री कृष्ण पर पूर्णतः आसक्त, अतः उनकी इस भाव भंगिमा के प्रति उद्धव जी आकर्षित थे। श्री कृष्ण के लिए गोपियों की व्याकुलता से उद्धव जी को प्रेरणा प्राप्त हुई। वे गोपियों को आदर पूर्वक प्रणाम करने लगे और उनके दिव्य गुणों की स्तुति में उन्होंने इस प्रकार, एक्चुअली आई हैव दिस सेम पैराग्राफ।
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, please continue.
वे गोपियों को आदर पूर्वक प्रणाम करने लगे और उनके दिव्य गुणों की स्तुति में उन्होंने इस प्रकार के गीत रचे। मानव जीवन प्राप्त सभी जीवों में गोपियां अपने जीवन के ध्येय में सर्वोत्कृष्ट रूप से सफल हैं। उनके विचार पूर्ण रूप से श्री कृष्ण के चरण कमलों में मग्न है। मुक्तिदाता मुकुंद श्री कृष्ण के चरण कमलों पर ध्यान केंद्रित करने का प्रयास महर्षि और हम सभी भी करते हैं, किंतु गोपियों ने श्री कृष्ण के प्रेम से अंगीकार कर लिया है। अतः उन्हें सहज ही इस बात का आभास हो गया है कि वह किसी यौगिक साधक का आश्रय नहीं लेती हैं। इन सबके यह निष्कर्ष निकलता है कि जिस व्यक्ति ने जीवन में गोपियों जैसी स्थिति प्राप्त कर ली है, उसे न भगवान ब्रह्मा के रूप में अथवा ब्रह्मांड परिवार में जन्म लेना पड़ता है और न ही ब्राह्मण की भांति दीक्षा लेनी पड़ती है।
The gopis were very happy because Uddhav was staying there, and what was he doing when he was there? He kept on speaking to them about Krishna. He kept them engaged in thinking of the transcendental message of Krishna and his pastimes. So Krishna's message, Krishna's instructions, Krishna's pastimes are all transcendental. They are not like ours. We are right now in the material body. So our actions, our messages are all on the material platform. But Krishna He's transcendental. And so they were hearing about him, and because they're hearing about him, they're thinking more and more about Krishna. And so they are fully absorbed in Krishna. That's the samadhi that great yogis want to attain. Great yogis want to be in this consciousness. This is Krishna consciousness. They're completely attached to Krishna. And he saw that he saw that he was on the platform of knowledge, but he saw that here love, he saw the pure love that the gopis are expressing. And he's saying that among all living entities who have accepted the human form of life, the gopis are super excellently successful in their mission. Their thought is eternally absorbed in the lotus feet of Krishna. So what is the goal of human life? The goal of human life is to develop a Krishna consciousness, because we are not the soul. I'm sorry, so much in the body concept. We are not the body, we are the soul. We are eternal parts and parcels of Krishna. So we can develop our Krishna consciousness right now when we are inside this material body, and the gopis are showing us how to do it. That's why Lord Chaitanya said that the gopis' method of worship, of fixing their mind on Krishna, is the highest. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, he tells to Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, you fix your mind on me and you continue to do your duty of fighting." At the same time, he's telling Arjuna, you fix your mind on me, and at the same time, you continue your duty. So that is what the gopis are doing also. Their minds are fixed on Krishna. Of course, because that's out of love. They have already developed their love for Krishna. But their mind is fixed on Krishna, and they're continuing to do whatever is needed for them to do. So they have the highest perfectional stage of spiritual life. And it is said, if anyone follows in the footsteps of the gopis by constantly thinking of Krishna, can attain the highest perfection of spiritual life. Highest perfection of spiritual life. Not only understanding that I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, but further than that, that who actually am I, understanding our Swarup. So it is said, we don't need to be born. We are not qualified. In Kali Yuga, we have no qualification. But by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we are giving this highest, most highest perfection of spiritual life is being given to us in a golden plate. Take it. That's what Lord Chaitanya's mercy is. How is that? How can we fix our mind on Krishna? Chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Lord Chaitanya said, you don't need to change anything. Don't change your position. You just stay where you are and you chant Hare Krishna mantra. And in this way, you can achieve the highest stage of spiritual life. This is what Lord Chaitanya is saying. And so we are trying to revive our Krishna consciousness by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. By the mercy of Lord. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand Krishna. Very, very difficult to understand Krishna. Not easy to understand Radha Krishna. But by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it's becoming so easy for us. Did anyone want to add or share anything else?
No.
No. So that we could continue to read.
श्री उद्धव जी ने भगवत गीता में भगवान श्री कृष्ण के निम्नलिखित वचनों की पुष्टि की। उचित प्रयोजन से श्री कृष्ण की शरण में आने वाले, चाहे शूद्र हो अथवा स्त्री हो अथवा निम्न वर्ग का हो, उसे जीवन का सर्वोच्च लक्ष्य प्राप्त होगा। गोपियों ने समस्त जगत के लिए भक्ति का एक मानदंड स्थापित कर दिया है। श्री कृष्ण का निरंतर चिंतन करके गोपियों के चरण चिन्हों पर चलकर व्यक्ति आध्यात्मिक जीवन के सर्वोच्च सिद्ध अवस्था को प्राप्त कर सकता है। गोपियों का जन्म किसी अत्यंत सुसंस्कृत परिवार में नहीं हुआ था। वे अहीर पुत्रियां थी, फिर भी उन्होंने सर्वोच्च श्री कृष्ण प्रेम को विकसित कर लिया था। कृष्ण जो परमात्मा है, परमेश्वर है और परम ब्रह्म है, आत्म साक्षात्कार अथवा भगवत साक्षात्कार के लिए उच्च कुल में जन्म लेना आवश्यक नहीं है। इसके लिए केवल भगवत प्रेम को विकसित करने की आवश्यकता होती है। कृष्ण भावना अमृत में सिद्धि प्राप्त करने के लिए परमानंद श्री कृष्ण की प्रेममयी सेवा में निरंतर संलग्न रहने के अतिरिक्त और किसी योग्यता की आवश्यकता नहीं होती है। श्री कृष्ण समस्त सुख के सागर हैं और सर्वोच्च कष्ट अमृत है। श्री कृष्ण भावना अमृत को अपनाने का प्रभाव अमृतपान करने की भांति ही है। चाहे इसका ज्ञान हो अथवा न हो, इसका प्रभाव तो होगा ही। कृष्ण भावना अमृत का क्रियाशील सिद्धांत बिना यह विचार किए कोई कहाँ और कैसे जन्मा है, सर्वत्र प्रकाशित होगा। जो कोई कृष्ण भावना अमृत को अपनाएगा, उस पर श्री कृष्ण निसंदेह अपनी कृपा दृष्टि करेंगे। उद्धव ने आगे कहा, अहीरों के कुल में जन्म लेने पर भी गोपियों को श्री कृष्ण की जो परम कृपा प्राप्त हुई है, वह स्वयं लक्ष्मी जी को भी कभी प्राप्त नहीं हुई। निसंदेह उन स्त्रियों को भी नहीं प्राप्त हुई जिनके शरीर से कमल जैसी सुगंध निकलती है। गोपियां इतनी भाग्यवती हैं कि रास लीला के समय श्री कृष्ण ने स्वयं अपनी भुजाओं से उनका आलिंगन किया था। श्री कृष्ण ने प्रत्यक्ष उनका चुंबन किया था। गोपियों के अतिरिक्त यह सौभाग्य प्राप्त करना तीनों लोकों में किसी भी स्त्री के लिए संभव नहीं है। अतः मैं वृंदावन में एक पौधे अथवा लता के रूप में जन्म लेना चाहता हूँ, जो इतने भाग्यशाली हैं कि गोपियां उन्हें पांव लते रोकती हैं। गोपियों ने मुक्तिदाता कृष्ण मुकुंद के, जिन्हें महर्षि मुनि ढूंढते रहते हैं, अत्यंत प्रेम से सेवा की है। उनके लिए गोपियों ने सब कुछ त्याग दिया, अपने परिवार, अपनी संतान, अपनी सखियां, अपने घर बार तथा सभी संसार की आसक्ति। उद्धव जी गोपियों की इस उन्नत स्थिति का महत्व समझाते थे और उनके चरणों पर गिरकर उनकी चरण रज को शिरोधार्य करना चाहते थे, किंतु गोपियों से उनकी चरण रज मांगने का उन्हें साहस नहीं होता था। उन्हें भय था कि वह संभवतः उनके लिए सहमत नहीं होंगी। अतएव उनकी इच्छा थी कि गोपियों को ज्ञात हुए बिना वे उनकी पदधूलि लेकर सिर पर लगा ले और वृंदावन की भूमि पर तुच्छ घास अथवा वनस्पति बन जाए।
So, Uddhav is saying that whoever takes shelter of Krishna, anyone can take shelter of Krishna. It's not that only a particular people of particular country or particular society or particular family can take shelter of Krishna. Everyone, anyone can take shelter of Krishna. Why? Because every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. So it is the right of every living entity to take shelter of Krishna. And Uddhav is explaining to us that how the gopis have set the standard. They have set the standard. They like materially speaking, they were not coming from, they have not done big university degrees, or they're not like living in high society. They're a simple village. They're born in the village, born to the cowherd man, taking care of cows. But they are showing that how these simple village women have achieved the highest perfection that anyone can achieve. And that we are encouraged to follow their path. And so, Uddhav is saying that, and if anyone takes up Krishna consciousness, it's like drinking nectar. You know, it's like, if suppose we are sick and we take the medicine, but we don't know exactly what chemicals are there, how the chemicals are working, will the medicine work on us or it won't work? What do you think? Does the medicine work on us only if we know how the chemical is working and which?
No, it will still work.
No, it will work.
It will work, right? No matter if I don't know, also it will work. Similarly, that's why we are encouraged to take up Krishna consciousness. We may not know what is the effect of Krishna consciousness, but by just following, by hearing and chanting, we will get the highest benefit. We will get the highest benefit following in the footsteps of the gopis. And we might not understand how it's going to happen, but it will happen. It will
and
happen.
having faith in it.
I'm sorry?
Having faith in it, for sure.
Having faith. Yeah, it's true. having faith. Yeah. And then Uddhav is continuing that, the gopis, they are being hugged and kissed by the Supreme Lord. He is Brahman, he is Paramatma, and he's Lord. And here the gopis are hugging him, kissing him. This is not even achieved by Lakshmi Devi. He's dancing with them. He's like, enjoying in the Jamuna with them. Such a favor is not even achieved by Lakshmi Devi. So the gopis are very, very, very most exalted personalities. And Uddhav is saying, I wish I want to take birth in Vrindavan as a creeper. And that also not in proper Vrindavan, but somewhere in the forest, because they know the gopis go on that path. Why? So that they can touch him. So when they touch him, brush their clothes against him or something like that, he can get their mercy, their blessings. Because he's saying, if I fall down at their feet, they'll be too shy. He wanted to. He wanted to actually fall down at their feet and take the dust of their feet on his head. But he's saying, they'll be too shy to do so. So rather, let me be born as a creeper. And when they're walking by, they'll by mistakenly, brush against me or like that. Then I will get the dust of their feet on my head. And that is the highest benediction. Highest benediction. Because they've achieved it. What we can dream of, they are living it. They are thinking of Krishna out of love. Here we have to remind ourselves, hear and chant, otherwise you're going to forget Krishna, or rather we have already forgotten Krishna, and also the way we remember him, But here the gopis are remembering him. Oh, Krishna used to do like this. Krishna used to do like this. I wish I was with Krishna, out of deep love. And we should also desire to have this kind of love. You should have that, I wish I could also have this kind of love, Have that desire somehow or the other. And Krishna will make it happen. What do you think? Anyone want it?
So beautiful. Like how Uddhav ji, who considered himself before coming, he considered that he was the greatest devotee of Krishna, and so even he was so attracted by the bhakti of gopis, and he felt himself as like nothing in style, like he doesn't, that what he was doing wasn't actually the prema bhakti. So this is the true. And though he himself was such an exalted devotee.
Yeah, because you said the word prema bhakti. The gopis have that love for Krishna, devotion with love, loving devotion. They have that love, which is very sweet, and that is what attracts Krishna. That is what attracts Krishna. And love for God is in everyone's heart. It is in each and everyone's heart. Love for God is there. Of course, we say it could be in different relationships. That's all right. That's okay. But love for God is there in every living entity. We just have to revive it. So somehow or the other, if we get this idea, I wish I can also love Krishna like this. It sounds so good. Not that also I can become great like the gopi is being praised, so I will be praised. Then that means we are not wanting to love Krishna. We are wanting praise. So then the desire should be to love Krishna, to love Krishna. That's it. Nothing, not that let me love Krishna so I will become a great devotee. Then, people will say, I'm so great. No, then we are wanting greatness. We don't want love of Krishna. So this is what, and somehow or the other, if we get that desire, Krishna fulfills it. Krishna fulfills all the desires. So somehow or the other, try to get the desire. That's the reason Lord Chaitanya is telling us about this. That's the otherwise, before Lord Chaitanya came, no one knew that the gopis' love for Krishna is the highest, and Krishna was not worshipped openly with Radharani. No, it's after Lord Chaitanya that all the temples were put in Vrindavan, Radha Krishna together. So all the Goswami temples, and to show us that this is the highest way to love Krishna, and we can get this. We just have to chant Hare Krishna. That's all. We may say, oh, just by chanting Hare Krishna I can. Not possible, but it is. Chant Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya has made us easy. Bhakti is not easy otherwise. It's very difficult. Not easy, but Lord Chaitanya has mercy. He has made it easy for us. And by hearing and chanting, we can get the highest. Go back home, back to God, Godhead. Golok Vrindavan.
And then I think that even when we read the Krishna book, there is a falshruti for every benediction, for every single Leela that we read. How our heart is getting purified by the love of gopis. If we read the ras and everything, then we get purified from our own lust. That lust turns into the true love. So I think we don't know the importance. We don't know what magic we have in our hand, we don't know. Because every chapter has a falshruti. And even if we don't, maybe we don't know what falshruti it gives, but if we know that it is giving your benediction, it is purifying us, then a person would really intend to read more and more and more, because just by reading we are getting purified. If we doesn't understand, really doesn't matter, as you mentioned, that maybe we are the medicine, we're just taking the medicine without knowing the chemical proposition. So even there are few parts which are really technical and tattva, and maybe we are not able to understand, but if we read, there is a falshruti. We are getting purified by all our anarthas. And it is so magical.
Yes, true. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Did anyone else want to share anything? Any realization or add anything? No? Then we'll stop here for today.
Yeah. Okay.
Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanand, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.